to say the opening line?
Welcome, low ego action heroes. This is Debbie Levitt from Delta CX.
And then what do I say?
Oh, she's a UX and consultancy and design. Not design, especially thinking, but I mean thinking, but not the two together in that way. She's Debbie Levitt. She's awesome, and she has a podcast. And you might have.
This is the worst introduction ever. What happened? Hi, everybody. This is Office Hours Ask Me Anything,
Right.
but it's a special edition with special guest Piermario, who's in a much lower chair than I am,
Yeah.
because in real life he's a little taller than I am. And someone wrote she's a design thinking consultant. I have to go see.
No, please, Gavin.
Oh, I have to see who wrote that. We are here to take any questions that you have. At certain milestones of the YouTube channel, I invite Piermario on as a comedy guest to take your questions as well. And so you can ask me questions about CX, UX, Acture, anything, and you can ask him questions too.
Yeah.
So we recently passed 3,000 subscribers. We're actually up to 3,200. So please tell people about the channel. That's all I could ask. Won't you please? And I will open up a couple of windows, but we are ready to take any questions you have. Gavin, I'm with you. I love that music. We had that song specially written for the show. So that way no one would say there was a copyright claim on it. I could say, no, that's actually my song. I paid for it. So let's see who's live on LinkedIn. If I can. It's Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy,
For
and
some
hi,
reason, my
Gavin.
chat system said LinkedIn user, and it didn't give me your name. So hi, Amy. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sheer. Hope I'm not keeping you awake. Hi, Sirocco. Hi, Catherine. So this is Office Hours Ask Me Anything, and I've got no questions. So if you have a question for me or Piermario, serious or comedy question, you are welcome to ask it here. I'm monitoring the live chat, which is the YouTube chat, the LinkedIn chat, and tweets. Or you can ask anonymously. Oh, where am I? I'm sitting in a different place today. You can ask anonymously at, where am I pointing? deltacx.link/ask.
Right. That's correct.
Fill for time. Fill for time.
And award from our non-sponsors. Nobody, because it's not sponsored. Hey, Elijah.
Hey, Elijah. We actually have a question from someone that says Avid Tar. I don't know if that is a name or if that is like a gaming name or something like that. Oh, my system is not putting up questions. It says, instead of design thinking, what should we pursue? Do you have an answer for that one, or should I take that one?
I think you should take that one because it's a serious question.
And it's a serious avatar on this person. Here it comes. Pow,
Oh,
the fire.
Rock and roll.
Yes. Okay, so what do you pursue instead of design thinking? Just about anything. Certainly, I recommend customer centricity. I recommend user-centered design and human-centered design. That's what I would recommend. I would recommend research before design, research before everything. Design thinking is the Fisher Price of UX in a bad way. How's that for a short answer? So Elijah says, how was your trip? Let's take that question. Piermario, how was our trip, which luckily we took just before Omicron went
Yeah,
wild?
it was, first of all, good timing because we got out and back into our country when it was still relatively safe. It had some interesting moments, like driving out of the Mont Blanc tunnel in a full snow storm and at night. So that's always fun, especially when it's the first time. But it was a lot of driving, a lot of nice.
Piermario's
Sirocco,
looking
hi,
ahead to the
Sirocco.
next questions. One question at a time. You can't get distracted on your
No,
own
no,
show.
I can't
You
get
got to
distracted.
multitask.
There's all the things we have to tell from our trip. Yeah, we saw France and
Bits of it,
bits of it.
mostly from a car.
Yeah, gas stations, empty lands, snow, lots of snow.
Roundabouts.
Yeah,
Uh,
people crashing their Porsche on the snow.
Oh no, that didn't.
Nobody got
yes,
hurt.
that did happen.
Yeah, it did
That's right.
happen.
We saw a totally
Yeah.
crashed up Porsche in the snow. We're like, well, oops. Moving on. Yeah, Sirocco says driving in snow at night is scary. Yeah, from there I took over the snow-based driving. So thanks for asking. We are back and we are safe. And as of now, the next trip we're planning will be late May. So Elijah says you're not making it sound very fun.
With a different vehicle.
It was good. The problem was we cut out so many stops on our trip. It was supposed to be a whole tour of Europe and seeing some of the friends of the show, like Stephanie Walter and Ralica.
Yep.
And then because of surges in those countries, we had to cut those places out, and so we ended up like driving 3 days to France and doing Disneyland Paris a few days and driving 3 days back. So it was a little bit it was not what we originally planned, but we
Yes.
make everything fun, so it worked out, and I did a lot of sleeping.
Yeah, I did a lot of burrito.
You had a burrito
Yeah, I still have a food baby from the burrito
at
Disney.
Disneyland
Yeah.
Paris? Okay.
And coasters, don't do coasters. They're
yeah,
not
he doesn't
worth
like
it.
rides. I don't know why he does them. He does them and then he complains about them. It's like, so it's some weird thing. All right, let's get through some more of the questions.
Yay!
Gavin says, what do you think a theme for 2022 might be in UX or from a comedy point of view? We're going to do a show in a few weeks. We're having back Stephanie Walter and Ben Smithwell to talk about some of those stupid articles you're already seeing about 2022 trends in UX and stuff. But as for what do you think is going to be the theme for UX 2022?
Oh, for UX, because I know what's the theme for WordPress, but not for UX. Comedy. Well, UX in general or UX done by you? Because
We'll get back to you.
no, I mean UX in general is sometimes it's hopeful, sometimes it's sinking and scene.
And you're done.
It looks like
I think you finished.
No. I mean, sometimes it looks like we should jump ship because UX is on fire in the bad way. But maybe there's a good theme. More from Debbie on the bright
thanks
side.
to Alexis. I'm just reading this now. Alexis says, I finally bought your
Ah.
book. So thank you. Thank you very much. Let me know if you have any questions. So what do I think is so my themes for UX for 2022 are going to be waking up UX leadership, because I think our leadership is generally asleep at the wheel, either because they're not the right people for leadership or because they are being doormats and going, design thinking, sure. Engineering controls us, yeah. So, bad stuff like that. So I'm going to be pointing at leadership. I'm going to be working on really concrete ways to know if your company is customer-centric or not and what you can do about it. And what else is my theme? Improving education is going to be a big theme for me in 2022. I'm going to try to pick up the slack of shitty education as much as I can. Many of you know I now have a Think Out Loud series on Mondays. That'll be our next stream, Monday the 3rd, since we're going to take off for New Year's. And so I'm trying to do more micro lessons and more teaching here on the channel for free because education sucks. Gavin says, it's just a conversation starter. Okay, I took it seriously.
But she had the answers.
I have answers.
Yeah.
I'm here because I have answers.
Yeah.
You might not like them, and that's fine. Amy says, LinkedIn was janky over there. Oh, well. Welcome here. Okay, pouring through the questions. Next, we have Amy wanting to know l'amaro preferito.
L'amaro. Actually, I don't drink alcohol.
Me either. I don't have a drum riff here. Ba-doom.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
The only alcoholic thing that it's not technically an amaro that I sometimes drink, but like basically what's left in your glass after you have your favorite amaro, that's how much I drink.
Don't forget to look at the
It's a
camera and make a nice
Sardinian.
personal connection with people.
Hi. Hey.
See? Isn't that better?
Yeah, I like it.
Personal connection.
So the only thing I drink
Reach out
from,
with your
from time
heart.
to time, from my heart, it's here. I just saw Mastermind, so I'm full of good acting. Everybody see Masterminds with Zach Galifianakis. It's a silly movie. They don't drink Mirto. I do 2 times a year. It's okay, especially homemade, but I don't do alcohol and ME, so sorry, connection.
Yeah, sorry. Alexa says, I believe it's a real personal connection.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, Sirocco asks, Piermario, how
Yes.
long does it usually take you to design a website on WordPress? 3 months. Well, you get some pretty big jobs and they take you a long time.
They can take a long time. I think the answer can be obviously depending on how big the website is, but most of all, I would say depends on do you have clear ideas on content and all the images, all the things you need to put on your website. Because a few days ago, I redesigned a website for my sister's school, and I did it in like 5 hours. But I already had images, content, and this thing. And it's a small website. But I've been working on a customer for a few months already. So, because they keep changing things and adding stuff. So, the clearer the ideas, the quicker and more efficient. So,
Don't forget to look at the camera.
and look at the camera. Yeah, but if I look at the camera, then they can tell if I'm saying real things or if I'm just. I should say real things.
You're so real.
Yeah.
You're keeping it real.
I'm a black belt in keeping it real. Like that's Ali G. That's not me.
That's Ali G.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, Maggie is here. Always happy to
Hi,
see
Maggie.
Maggie. So many good things happen on this channel because of Maggie. So Maggie says, what's your favorite pasta? And have you ever had Chef Boyardee? Which I've told him about Chef Boyardee.
Yes, you told me about Chef Boyardee. No, I never had Chef Boyardee.
How would you correctly pronounce Chef Boyardee?
Well, the Italian name I think is Boyardee, but I was not aware of Chef Boyardee before I got into an American supermarket. So
No, he hasn't had it. I can't do that to him.
yeah. So
This is a man who is sad for 2 days if his pizza is not big enough and good enough, and I can't do that to him. I can't give him canned SpaghettiOs.
yeah. So
But your favorite pasta?
my favorite pasta, nobody believed. I mean, so backtracking. And
then the turtle said.
And then the turtle said, so before I turned vegetarian about 10 years ago now, I would say, I would have said probably carbonara or...
That's got the pork in it.
Yeah, or arselle e bottarga.
Bottarga is fish eggs?
Bottarga is fish eggs, like ground fish eggs, Sardinian thing. It's
I almost
good.
threw up on you there.
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good. Now nobody believes me, but my favorite pasta is basically pasta in bianco with like olive oil and cheese and Parmigiano cheese and some pepper. That's simple, easy to make, and impossible, almost impossible to watch. So try it.
There you go. All right. Let's see. We've got a question from Catherine, and it says,
Hey, Catherine.
what if it's an issue you personally experienced many times? Can you start design without research? Well, can you?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is
Can
it
you
good?
jump out of a window?
No.
Yes. There's all kinds of things you can do. That doesn't mean I recommend them or think that they're the best way to go. You can start design without research, but obviously, this is where I would be telling you to create a risk register and make a note of what the risks are if you are designing, if you're going in the wrong direction with the design. Are you making guesses about users or customers? Are you making guesses about here, let's put it up. Are you making guesses about people? Bye, honey. Are you making guesses about people, contexts, systems, mental models, tasks? Hey, task analysis. You look great with task analysis on your face.
Yeah, task
Tasks.
analysis look good on
Are you making any guesses or assumptions, which we glorify by calling hypotheses, about these things? And if you are going to design without research, will you at least check it with really good usability testing? Not testing, do you like it? Not testing, did they get through it? Testing, does it really solve the initial original problem? And was there an initial original problem? Because so often people just jump into a design just because someone had an idea. Is this idea really a problem? So can you design without research? Yes, but I don't recommend it. That was hello, Charlene.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlene.
It was back channeling Charlene. Very subtle.
Gavin says, don't ever start design without research. Yes, so obviously I recommend against that. Research is part of this complete breakfast, but I know that many people do design without research, and in that case, the usability testing is even more important because it's the only thing that's going to check if you've gone in the right direction before you put this out to the public and really create risk for this project and put something out there that could be bad news. Okay, we've got another, let's see, we've got a question from Varduhi on LinkedIn. Sorry if I'm not saying people's names very well. Let's see, did I miss a question? Let's see, let's roll back. Nope, okay, I didn't miss a question, so it looks like Varduhi is next. And this question comes from LinkedIn, so I can't put it on the screen, but it says, I would like to hear your own way of explaining a difference between customer and user in UX design terms. For example, user journey map and customer journey map. I don't differentiate between the two. I tend to call people customer because it reminds everybody at our company that they are probably paying money for this, and that because you always hear customer retention, customer service, customer support, customer care. I think that sometimes our company pretends to care about customers, but we don't say user that much. So it's not that I think user is a bad word, and it's not that I think if you say user, you've forgotten that they're humans, but I think that customer is a better word. And there's lots of people who can be customers. Potential customers, to me, are in the same bucket. They're customers. Partners, your business might have partners or a B2B thing. They're customers too in their own way. So I don't differentiate between the user and the customer. Some people do. They say the customer buys it and the user uses it, but I believe that the customer can buy it and use it, and the user can buy it and use it. And I don't, out of all of the hills that we can die on, I've decided I'm not going to die on the, is it a user? Is it a customer? Is it a human? Is it a person? I'm not going to die on that hill, and I'm not going to die on the UX UI hill anymore. UX UI is a crappy term, and it's bad for our industry and our profession and our workplaces, but I'm not going to die on that hill anymore. This is Office Hours Ask Me Anything with special guest Piermario.
And talking about Piermario, Sirocco had a follow-up, rightfully, and she's totally right. Aglio olio is a pretty good pasta, and it's also an EP that Beastie Boys put out many years ago. Also recommended.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for following along in the live chat and taking the questions like a pro.
Yeah, I should start a podcast.
You keep threatening to start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, like Monday to Wednesday, 6:30.
Oh, right. You're going to compete against my show. That's good.
I'm going to speak
and you're going to be
very loud
right over
from
there at your desk. That's a very good idea. We work in the same room.
I'm so nice.
You're so nice.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I like
You know
about
when
you.
I'm not nice?
No.
When I hear about Web 3.0
Well,
and
great, because
crypto.
Gavin's got a question about Web 3.0. Ready? Gavin says, I keep reading articles about Web 3.0 is the next big thing, so I keep wondering how much of that is hype and what the experience implications will be for people, particularly if crypto and AI interfaces are involved. Any articles or research topics related to this? Yeah, we did a show a month or two ago where we had someone on to talk about crypto. She was very nice and very knowledgeable, but I have to admit, in the end, I'm still not sold on the whole crypto thing. Yes, Kevin's like,
Gavin's so sorry.
sorry.
No, it's not you. It's scammers and cash grabs that I don't like.
Yeah,
so.
I just read that article from Brian Eno. Did you see the article from Brian Eno?
I saw the headline. I still have to read that.
Yeah, so Brian Eno, if you're not old and crumbly like we are and you don't know who he is, it's Brian, Brian. Eno is Eno. And he's a very famous musician and artist. And he just did an interview where he said that like NFTs and stuff were absolute garbage and bad for art, and we're just going to make capitalism more capitalistic. So where's Amy? Is Amy still here? Amy's favorite topic. So so ultimately, I think, look, anytime a technology exists or evolves or becomes more popular, we have to know a little bit about it. And if we're going to work in it, we have to know a lot about it. There's probably only so much I need to know about crypto and AI when I don't work in any of those areas. I tend to work in SaaS. I tend to work in B2B and B2C. I tend to work in finance. Well, actually not finance, because then I should know something about crypto. I tend to do some projects for traditional banks, which are not crypto. And I tend to do a lot of e-commerce, which hasn't gone crypto yet. So Maggie says, I roll my eyes every time a PM calls me UI UX. Ouch.
Is PM Piermario?
No, it's not PM. No, it's product manager. Sometimes project manager. Okay. But we would never call Maggie UI UX. We like her.
No, we do. That's
anyway, I would say whether they want to call it Web 3.0 or Web 2.7 or whatever catchy name they're trying to give it, as long as these things are popular or on a job description, you're going to have to know something about them. And I think I know just the minimal amount that any human needs to know. And if I end up working in that domain, I'll worry about that. But I'm starting a new job in January, and I'm not saying for who yet, so don't say. But it will be in, it's a job in jobs. It's a company that has like job websites. So don't have to know crypto. What? Don't have to know crypto. Don't have to know AI necessarily. And actually, if you watch, we did an interview, I think it was last year, with David Knickerbocker on what are ML and AI. And he was really great. I think he had some really good stuff. And there's also something I think in the Concentric playlist on YouTube about AI. So those are a couple of good shows to catch up on in the YouTube universe. Of course, come and subscribe here on the YouTube universe. My goal for 2022 is lots of subscribers. So please, please, please tell everybody you can about this channel. Tell them it's Delta CX. And we're donating all of our ad revenue to charity. So I am not trying to get more subscribers to monetize you. We are going to take YouTube's money and give it to charity. In October, we gave to the Breast Cancer Society of Canada. I donated November's money to the Trevor Project, which is a fantastic organization I donate to a lot. And we're thinking about December's donations, which will happen in early January. So please send more people our way. Thank you, Gavin. I think we're caught up on questions, and we still have more time. So Piermario is here as a special fun comedy guest, and the comedy is real here.
Built-in comedy.
Exactly. And so we are happy to take any questions that people tend to have. Let's see. Alexis says, what do you both think about XR, metaverse, XR, AR? Is Elijah here? I would rather hear Elijah's answer to that. Elijah's the expert. I am just a total neophyto. How do you say it?
Neophyta.
Neophyta. So Oh, Ramya says you bought my book and it's helping you. Thank you so much. Yay. That's why I do these things. Yay. Revised confetti, Maggie. How do you think? What do you think? Yeah. So yes, thank you so much. Alexis, I would say for XR and AR and all that, Elijah says it's a fun space. A lot of UX issues to figure out. Yeah, Elijah had a whole track at our last conference. So if you go into the concentric playlist on the YouTube channel, look for everything, look for Elijah's face, and look for a couple of topics on XR and AR from I think you had four. We had 4 topics on there. So dig through the concentric playlist, and I would say listen to those people over me because I know the nothing. Elijah says every company is going to have at least one XR project in the near future. Right, that and probably crypto because everyone's trying to figure all this out. Let's see. And Gavin says, what's the name of your YouTube channel? Delta CX. Yes, Delta CX, like everything else, is the name of my YouTube channel. Come on by and subscribe. Sorry, I'm leaning in because I keep a list of all of the questions people are asking, so I'm copying and pasting. Mag says, metaverse, because we need another avenue to be unequal because we know people designing these are the tech bros. Yeah, I'm definitely concerned about that. I don't know if Elijah wants to make any comment on diversity, equity, inclusion in XR and stuff like that. It's still bad in UX. It's bad in tech. It's not going in the right direction. So, I mean, to me, the main things I can contribute are free YouTube channel, free courses, free Slack universe, which you can join. deltacx.com/links will take you to all of our links related to this channels, like joining our free Slack world. I'm trying to do everything I can. Avid had a question, so let's put that one up on the thing. Where did it go? Here it is. All right. It says, with so much to correct in the industry, preserving pure historical UX, is there a unified front to prevent watering down UX? That's a super question, and right now I'm not seeing a unified front. So I'm working on a pretty big article called The UX Civil War and How We End It in a good way. So I don't think there's a unified front. I believe there are 2 sides, and I believe one side is working against UX, whether or not they know it, and one side is trying to preserve and build it up and things like that. So I am working on an article that I hope will address that quite directly with no punches pulled and to start to give people a roadmap to how we improve this, which is why I earlier said that 2022 I was going to be focusing a lot more on better education and better UX leadership, because ultimately it's great to see all of you and I love you. And if you're not a manager or higher, this is not your fault. Awesome. Looking forward to the article. Yeah, me too. I'm still writing it. So there you go. Let's see. Okay. Oh gosh, we have lots of comments. Elijah says, there's many of us building or supporting an open metaverse interoperability group. And Charlene says AI and XR and VR is very scary.
That's why Elijah should be mayor of
everything, of the metaverse.
I don't even like to call it the metaverse because it's the ugly company thing, even if they didn't invent that. But
well, we have a more fun question here,
that's
which
my
is
field of expertise.
Sirocco says, do you like Dragon Ball or just Dr. Slump?
So I've also been a fan of Dragon Ball. I had all the comics. And I just didn't get to, like, I stopped following Dragon Ball when they did all the GT and whatever, like too many people
Pokemon
merging with people. Pokemon, not really.
Piermario
I'm
knows
old.
all of the anime,
But
all of the 1980s anime.
But I remember that I was in England just on a trip when they aired the first episode of Pokemon on TV. So I saw the first episode and then I dropped it. But so Dragon Ball, yeah, big fan. But I'm a much bigger fan of the older Toriyama things, most of all. Arale and Dr. Slump. That's one of my favorite things ever.
And Polon.
The original one. Yeah. That's. I mean, I grew up with Japanese cartoons and robots and silly.
Such as?
Oh, from the old school Mazinga in Italy. So Mazinger or Goldrake or I mean, I once when I was like in, I think last year of high school, there's phones going off.
I'm just checking. I'm not.
Me and my
missing a
classmates did a list of all the cartoons we could remember, and we listed about 120. So, and we remembered all of them. So that's a lot of culture.
Culture.
Yeah, culture.
The question is, what is Sirocco into?
Yeah.
Are you into Doctor Who?
Uh,
Gavin wrote
I wish I
Doctor
was,
Who.
but there's too much to catch up. So
Yeah, I don't
please
think
give
I didn't
me
think you do Doctor
where
Who.
it was never really aired in Italy, but there's like 40 seasons to catch up and different doctors.
Right.
So I'd love to, but somebody help me.
Oh, we've got a good follow-up question there, which I'll put up on the screen when it comes up on my list.
Ooh.
Here it comes. Ramya asks, which one do you like, Death Note series or the movie? Do you know Death Note?
So I guess we're coming into a kind of generational theme song used to play in the discotheques. Yeah, Avid. Yes, it should be played in discotheques. Death Note.
Are you going to perform the Goldrake theme for us?
No. Maybe when we hit 5,000.
Ooh, it's a promise.
But a theme. What did I just do?
Sirocco says she grew up with Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon.
Oh, okay.
And evidently there's Death Note the musical.
I saw Death Note popping up on like Netflix or something, but there's a lot to. I mean, I usually like silly animes or like Dragon Ball, yes. Old Japanese cartoons, yes. But like Ranma and all the low drama animes. Like if I want some drama, I can have a look at Neon Genesis Evangelion. But otherwise, if there's a lot of slaying and deaths, I'll pass.
Okay.
Yeah. My kids love the musical. But I miss Evangelion
is a must watch.
Okay, Javid and
it sounds
Sirocco,
like Avatar,
let's be best friends.
Yeah, whoever Avatar is. Avatar, do we know you? Because I don't recognize the name. So who are you? And Sirocco's on board too.
Yeah,
so.
let's be best friends.
Everybody come over. Cowboy Bebop I haven't seen.
No, there was an anime thing, but I've never watched it. So at some point I started working.
Have you seen One Piece? It's been going since 1999.
No, but my cousin, who you know, Lorenzo, is a big One Piece and Naruto fan.
We haven't heard from Lorenzo in like a year.
We should call him.
We suck.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
Yep.
Sad trombone on that. Lorenzo's nice.
But yes, 2 days ago, I just saw Kiki's Delivery Service. You should watch that.
We had a Netflix account shared with us.
And all
now
the Studio Ghibli movies.
Sirocco wants to know if you were into video games.
Not as much as I sometime would like to. I never bought a PlayStation. I never bought any gaming console because I already.
I have a Wii from 2008.
And I have an Atari X something. I never wanted to buy a console because I already spent way too much time on the interwebs, and so I would probably spend additional extra time, which I can totally afford. So, but I used to like role-playing games.
Sudoku wants to know if I play Kingdom Hearts. I do not. That's the one with the Disney characters. I don't actually play any games at all. I don't do any gaming. I am much more boring than most people imagine me to be. Like, we don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. I'm not a gamer. I don't have any tattoos. I mean, like, a lot of things people assume about me end up being really wrong. It's kind of funny to hear, like, what people have imagined. I'm not tall. I have a large personality, but I'm not tall. So sometimes people meet me and they're like, "Oh, I thought you'd be taller."
But you're very nice.
Oh, thank you. You are too.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I get a lot of things. I'm like, nope, sorry to disappoint. Mag says, how many motorcycles have you owned? Just the one. Oh, Oz is here. Hey.
Hi, Oz.
Have you seen The Harder They Fall? I haven't.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I'm also going to go back to Maggie's question. So, Maggie, I started by buying my dream bike, which is what I call my Black Bee #1, and it's a 2009 Piaggio MP3 500. It's a 2009, so Google 2009. I think the new ones are ugly. It's black. It's beautiful. I've accidentally driven it at 100 miles an hour. It's super smooth. I super love it. I've done road trips on it. But what happened was I originally bought it, and it was too big for me to handle. And in fact, that's why I'm able to get used ones with almost no miles on it. No one can handle this thing. It's quite heavy. And so I was like, oh my God, I can't handle this thing. I'm ruined. I bought my dream bike and I can't even ride it. And so someone said, well, get a small scooter and start with that. Because I had done motorcycle school, but like I didn't ride anything. So I went and got like a little 150 that had already, oh, thank you, Ashley, for subscribing. And so I got a little 150 and I rode that for a few months. And then I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. You weren't there. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm just going to get on the big bike and get on the highway and go and see what happens. And I did, and it all worked out. And I sold my little scooter to my motorcycle teacher. I was taking like private lessons to help me handle this big thing. And I fell in love with Black Bee 1, and Black Bee 1 is still with me out in the barn, and we're working on getting license plates for it here. And so I decided to buy Black Bee 2. I said, I think I want the exact same bike I have, just like a second one, because eventually it'll be hard to find 2009s in good condition. And so I just picked up a second one, sight unseen, off Craigslist. It was not in good condition, but after my mechanic had some time with it, it was in much better condition. And, I got both of my bikes, with like, the first one had like 900 miles and the second one had 500 miles on it or something. I mean, like, people can't handle it and they think it's a toy, and then they can't handle it and then they get rid of it. So I've got two identical bikes with really close serial numbers. And I'm working on getting plates for them so that they're legal in Italy. And then I also have to re-get my driver's license. You can't just show up here and get a driver's license. So believe it or not, I think I'm supposed to go back to driving school and the whole thing, which I was going to do in 2020, but then pandemic, I didn't want to go into driving school and things like that. Does Piermario ride? I think he's had a 50.
I had a glorious moped, like a Piaggio C, the slowest moped you can think of, in ugly green, and it was really the slowest in the village.
And is that the one you sold to the courier?
Yes.
Okay.
The courier that I saw this morning, she's still...
Yeah, the woman who delivers some of our packages.
She still likes us, so I looks like it was not totally a lemon. And then I had another scooter, another Piaggio 50 with more plastic around. But if you strip the plastic, it's the same old moped. And when I'll be filthy rich, I'll buy a yellow Honda Monkey.
Oh my God.
That's the most beautiful bike.
Yeah, he's on a
I
whole
highly
monkey
recommend.
rally kick on YouTube.
Yes.
So Piermario is not
And-
going to be able to ride the Black Bee. The Black Bee is very difficult to
Well,
handle.
I'm not going to be able if you wouldn't let me, but I think I
Eventually
would be
you
able
will,
to.
but I'm going to have to teach you because it is not easy to drive. In fact, every time when I was in Maggie, you're going to love this, Maggie. I just know you are. Every time I took it anywhere in San Francisco, people would be like, "This bike isn't for girls." I mean, it was I like the monkey. Yeah, people would be like,
Yes, great taste.
people would be like, this bike isn't for girls, and I'd be like,
Of course they said that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, so stupid. And I was like, what does that even mean? I mean, what does me being female have anything to do with this bike? And I've got long legs for my height, but I still I had both of my seats shaved down because I couldn't put my feet on the ground. The bike is really tall. And that seems to be a problem for a lot of people. Though, let's please remember that I got Black B2 from a man. I got Black B2 from a man who could not ride it, and it fell on the ground, and it has damage, and he had it in a barn for like 6 years, and et cetera, et cetera.
Sirocco just approved the yellow monkey. Isn't it the most precious thing?
And I hope you'll also Google the 2009 Piaggio MP3 500. Man, that thing is comfortable. I really miss riding it. Last time I rode it was in America, like 4 years ago now. It's just sitting in my barn, drained of fluids, needs a mechanic very badly because U.S. Customs damaged them. Thanks so much. And Maggie says, sorry, Debbie, we're pro monkeys here. Yeah, I know. I'm in love with my own bike. That's fine. I will be very happy to get back on it when legal and appropriate, because I'm a rule follower, despite what many of you might think of me. I'm not going to ride around illegally and whatever. So in UX, maybe a rule breaker, but in the rest of the rest of the world, are more of a non-criminal rule follower. So yeah. I miss the bees.
And for all you monkey lovers out there, the same people that organizes the Mongol rally each year, it's a thing. They also organize a rally with Honda monkeys, like even the old ones. Go Google that or look for Honda monkey rallies on YouTube. It's beautiful.
Let's see. I'm trying to find
Alexis.
my
Yes.
last
Thanks,
pictures
Alexis.
of the bees. I would have taken the pictures of the bees when I put them in the shipping container. Oh, I cleared them off my phone because they were taking too much room. But I do have this nice picture of ground beef.
Oh, I was looking at dogs.
And dogs. And you.
And maybe a pizza.
Oh, and Max.
Oh, okay.
No, the late
you
Max.
need to know rules.
You need to know rules to break them.
Right.
Yes. Rule setter, not breaker. Yeah.
Sports bike. Yeah, the monkey is.
Maybe the monkey
ultimate
is. I wouldn't
sports
say
ride.
I wouldn't say the MP3 is a sports bike, though you can lean 40 degrees on it. Yeah, I guess I don't have pictures of it handy
Not
anymore.
on Sardinian roads. I mean, you can.
Oh yeah, here we go. I've got
but
a
it's
picture.
like not doing research.
Oh yeah, I don't want to go. So here's Black Bees. Black Bees 1 and 2. I love them and I miss them. They go fast. Oh, my favorite story. Maggie's gonna like this one too. So when I lived in San Francisco and I would drive around the city, and I'm in a full suit, so I'm in a high visibility yellow suit, yellow helmet, boots, gloves, the whole thing, because I'm all about safety, y'all. Because I'm all about possible outcomes. And I'm just driving this thing around, and a lot of people think it's a stupid putt-putt scooter bike. They don't understand the power that's in it. And so one time I'm at the front of the lane at a light in San Francisco, and Harley Davidson splits the lanes and comes up next to me, you know, between me and like the car next to me in another lane. And he's going vroom 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 vroom, you know, and like, hey, when this light changes, like I'm going in front of you, kind of like vroom 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 vroom. And I'm thinking,
Put.
he doesn't know how fast I am. And luckily, it was a very straight road. I think it was Market Street down by the Castro. It was Market Street by the Castro by the big rainbow flag.
Sure.
And so, so the light changes, and I just go like this because my bike is technically a scooter. I don't have to change gears, so I just go, and I just pull the throttle as hard as I can, and the thing is honestly a rocket ship. And so I'm already at the next light, and I can hear him in the back, like kicking and stomping because he has to change gears. So it's like, vroom, you know, vroom, vroom. And I was like, and so I'm at the next red light, and he pulls in behind me. And I was like, that's right. So, very good.
Hmm? Too bad we couldn't totally see the beautiful.
Are you getting lower?
Yeah, I think I'm slowly disappearing. Yeah.
So yes, many adventures in San Francisco. Some of them ugly and awful and terrible,
But some nice.
some good. And really enjoyed riding that thing, mostly around the highways, but even in the city, it was pretty good, especially up the crazy streets. I did not do Lombard Street, but I have done the badly angled streets. Harley Davidsons aren't known for high torque unless it's a Sportster. Yeah, the only bike I couldn't beat out of a light was a Ducati Monster. So one time I was at the front and there was a Ducati Monster next to me, and I hit it, and the Ducati Monster just blew me away. So I was like, that's fair, you know. So I don't expect to be the fastest bike in the world. I mean, it's just a 500cc scooter, but the way it's tuned is really quite beautiful. So yeah, so I love that old slow motion Harley, but the Ducati Monster was crazy. That thing was unnecessarily fast. Street racing, the mean streets of San Francisco. Yeah, as a commuter. This is just like when I'm commuting. This is just like, hey, I'm going to work, and hey, there's bikes next to me, and hey, I'm leaving work, and there's bikes next to me. Like, I didn't just drive around the city looking for a race. This is like I'm going home. Yeah, so yeah, I think the one with the Harley, I think that night I decided to take the long way home. Sometimes I just loved riding so much I would take the long way home. And so I would go like out by the Castro and then way out.
Seeing Super Tramp.
They're Canadian.
They're good.
I don't like Super Tramp.
I do.
I deal with this with Russell.
Yeah.
Mag says, Jebby, UX in the day, Fast and Furious at night. That's like that terrible 1980s movie. It's like something by day, like prostitute by day, vigilante by night or something, right? Yeah, I'm not that fast and furious. I'm fast by mistake because the bike is almost silent. So the bike feels like flying. It's like being on a roller coaster. The bike is just like super smooth and super quiet. And then you're like, oh, I'm going 100. Oops, I should probably slow down.
Yes.
And just go 90.
Oh yeah, makes a lot of difference.
Right.
Yep.
So I miss that. It was like my big self-care thing. My big self-care thing was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ride. And I had, not sponsored, I had a Sena audio system in my headset. And so I had like 2 little speakers in my helmet and a little microphone, but I never took calls. But I had 2 little speakers and it was Bluetooth. And so I would turn on a playlist and just be singing down the street. And I had a GoPro camera because I assumed I was going to film people crashing into me. And I've definitely filmed some near hits. Do you remember that crazy Tucson one? The guy driving on the wrong side of the road?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Why not?
I know. It's like, now, dude, I have your plate. I have this on video. Like, what? You are on the wrong side of the road in daylight. I filmed some wacky things. That was the point of the GoPro. Safety, possible outcomes, you know.
Yes.
Hey, this is Office Hours Ask Me Anything. I normally do this every Tuesday, except I take serious questions about CX, UX, and starting next year, Acture. If you need Acture help, I'm going to be here to help you. Oh God, Arizona drivers, says Sirocco. Yeah, I lived in Tucson for many years, and I know. It's only worse, I think, would be Florida. Sorry, people in Florida. Oh, Avid Tar, do we know who you are? Who are you? Or send me a message on Slack. Tell me who you are. Because it sounds like we should connect everybody with Piermario for the anime club.
Oh, where's the
Wink.
Wink.
They said, yes, we know them. And then they said, wink. Give us a hint and we'll try to guess.
We know them who?
I don't know. Avid Tar.
Oh, okay.
We already have.
Okay.
You gave me a hint? I don't know. I know that you
When
know
can we
things
build a
about
better Acture?
motorcycles. When can we build a better Acture? Elijah, I've tried. I cannot tell you how many times I have written to Acture and said, please let me fix Acture for free. I won't even charge you. Please just let me do some things here. And they're always like, the no. And so I still love Acture and I use Acture and I teach Acture, but holy cats, yeah, I think they need some better UX, but nothing I can do. I've been offering them free help for 7 years, and they've never taken me up on it. Free help.
I'm still here.
Are you trying? Oh, you are still here. Are you sad because no one asked you a question?
No,
and I was talking about motorcycles.
I'm just sinking in my own chair.
Well, posture.
Yeah, good posture. That's one of my big staples. Not. Kind of.
Don't forget to look at the camera.
Yeah. Hi.
I figure maybe if I hug you, the dog will come over.
No, she's just sleeping.
Sometimes when we hug, the dog comes running over like, me too. No, she's sleeping.
It's no food involved.
Elijah says, I have a love-hate relationship with Acture right now. I've been using it more, but frustrating sometimes. Sad that they don't seem to care about good UX despite their market. I know that's what I used to tell them. I said, you have a UX tool for UX practitioners. You've got to make this better. We have higher standards. I don't get it. Okay, we have a Gavin question. Let's copy and paste this to the question list and put it up on the screen. Send. Okay. Are there any good book or video recommendations on CX outcomes to measure results from metrics? Yeah, not really. It's so hard to find good metrics, and typically good metrics for the users or customers' experience are probably going to be task related. So did they get a task done more efficiently? Did they make fewer or no errors? Did they not run into the 4 horsemen of bad UX, my registered trademark? Frustration, confusion, disappointment, and distraction. And can you find a way to measure that? So I haven't found a lot of great things on metrics yet, but I think we have to just think about what makes sense to measure, because a lot of the things that companies measure, in my opinion, don't make sense to measure. Nobody wants more time on the page. They want a more efficient process or task flow. You have a smiley face on your head.
Yeah.
That was from Gavin. Ramya says HFI has good metrics. Yeah, HFI has calculators on their website, but they moved them to a page that's not called calculators, so they're hard to find. Just Google HFI calculators. They have things like how much money will you save if this requires less training? How much will you save if something requires less support? These are some good things that you can, thank you, Ramya. These are some good things that you can calculate that will help prove the value of better user experiences. Like, for example, what if something required less training to develop, less training to deliver, and things like that. Elijah has a very good question that makes it sound like he knows you. So let's put this question up. says Piermario,
Yes.
I remember you saying something about having a website about clouds and music. Do you have different types of music for different types of clouds? That would be cool.
So talk about plans for 2022.
Oh yeah, we forgot
Maggie.
2022 goals. We'll
but
do Maggie next.
One of my plans for 2022 is also rebuild some of the websites and project I long abandoned. And the website Elijah is talking about is an old, just fun project I had. It's called thisisradio.cloud. And I'm a big Clouds fan.
He had it on his online dating profile, but I didn't believe him. I thought he was being silly.
It's one of those less creepy things you can put on.
It is less creepy than some other things I've seen on dating profiles.
Yeah, so Clouds. Oh, okay. So
he likes clouds.
Yeah, I like
that
clouds.
guy or.
And so I like
guy.
clouds and music. And for some time I was putting music and clouds together, but kind of randomly. So there's not a cloud shape or a cloud formation that is more or less some kind of music. So it was totally random. And I used to post pictures on Instagram and link them to a song and a Spotify playlist. But lately
looks like Ireland.
Somebody's singing.
Oh, I'm singing a song about clouds.
What is that?
Cloud busting.
Oh,
no,
it wasn't
big
cloud
sky.
Busting. Oh yeah,
it's the big sky.
I know
it's
cloud
right before
busting.
Cloud busting.
Okay.
Or getting clouds. That is good.
Nice. And so yeah, clouds are nice, and I'll post them somewhere. I used to do that on Instagram, but I don't like the company that owns Instagram at all. So I'm also falling out of love with Instagram. Sorry. But more clouds in 2022.
Holly Elizabeth Smith says, I love Axure, but I noticed pure designers hate it. They prefer Figma, even though it's much less efficient to use. It's easy for them to understand. I wouldn't call them pure designers. I would call them visual designers. No offense. Maggie says 2022 goals. We almost forgot. Maggie, every year, Piermario and I get together on New Year's Day, and we look at our last year's goals, which are hanging on the wall just some feet to the left of the green screen. And we see, did we get any of these done? Which this year and last year has generally been no. Thank you, pandemic. But we will do a whole new batch of goals. We'll keep some of the old goals that we didn't get finished. For example, next year will be year 3 that one of my goals will say, finish the book with Larry. But
we'll make reasonable goals.
Lose weight.
Yes.
Don't forget.
No, I will.
Okay. What are your 2022 goals?
Well, first thing, not get the COVID.
That's
possibly.
right. We're still working on don't get COVID no matter what.
And so hopefully that's... Once we do that, the rest is all downhill. So
yeah. So I would say for me, it's mostly lose weight in no particular order. Lose weight, finish 3 books. I still want to record my vocal demo, which has been on my goals list for like 4 years, but I created a vocal demo that is higher than I can sing. And I keep swearing I'm going to practice singing and work my way up to those notes, and then I don't make time for it, probably because I'm writing books. So my goals are in collision with each other. So yeah,
but we'll have goals.
Yeah, I did accomplish a few goals I see over there. What's that one?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Please hold while Debbie is checking 2021 goals on the wall.
Yes, I wrote successful concentric 2021 event, and I think it was pretty good. Yes, back at you. Okay, we've got the question from Sheer. And even though we're out of time, we'll take this as our last question. So, Piermario,
Yes.
how did you meet me?
I met you in person in Sardinia, but I first met you on the interwebs because of very lucky glitch that happened on OkCupid.
True, I was there.
Yeah, and luckily. And so we just started talking and chatting, and we kind of clicked. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. So the short version is he found me on OkCupid thanks to a glitch.
But I didn't message because I was
He
kind
didn't
of not
message me.
looking. And I was
And
like,
he thought I would be very far away, which I was.
nice, but San Francisco.
Yeah, because he was here in Italy and I was in the San Francisco area.
Yeah.
And so he didn't message me. And then I was being really passive about being on OkCupid because I had just ended a very long relationship and I didn't want to rush into anything. And so I was only looking at the list of people who looked at me and didn't send me a message.
And also, thank you, Kate Bush.
Yes, and he was on the list of people who looked at me and didn't send me a message. And at the time, it was like a 94% match according to OkCupid. And he had a lovely picture of himself, the yellow background picture.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And it said you weren't. It said you were 5'6".
I think I still am, except when I'm sitting on this chair because I'm.
And I'm 5'4", so I've always wanted someone around my height. So I was like, yes, a short man, yes, winning.
Sardinia, land of.
I didn't realize until I got to Sardinia that everybody here was kind of short.
Kind of above average.
Yeah, you're tall here. I'm tall here. It's weird. Gavin says, I'm glad I showed up. I always see notifications for this. I appreciate your time. Yeah, this is our silly end of the year goofy ass show, but typically we do a serious show where I do take serious questions about CX, UX, learning it, practicing it, improving it, making your jobs better. You know, usually I do take an hour of serious questions, but this is our end of year silly show. So thank you for coming. Excel on Fire, our friend Oz says, I've got anxiety with Instagram too. I do too. Elijah says, y'all are my size. Piermario is a fellow short king. Yes. So, and again, I'm not tall either. So, so just saw him on the list of people who looked at me and didn't write to me. And then I saw his profile and I thought he was interesting. And so I sent him a very short note and he sent me back a page and a half. And then we started writing and then we started talking. And then I was like, I have to meet you. Like, you can't be real.
Please do.
Yeah, I was like, you can't be real. You're too nice. You know, and I had just gotten out of a relationship with a nice guy who was not right for me. And we're still friends. So there's no reason for me to badmouth him, but he was not right for me. Oz says, me too, entire 5'4". Yep, there we go. See? So we're all big personalities, but not the tallest peeps around. Piermario made a lovely sign for himself today. So, here we go. Surprise guest. This is the budget on this show, everybody.
Yep.
Scrap paper. Very scrap paper.
Not even a Sharpie.
This is my absentee ballot registration for America. It was on the scrap paper pile. Okay. It turned out they accepted a PDF and I didn't have to print it. That person Alexis. Debbie, hi. Piermario. I took that person.
Okay.
Sheer says, thanks for the answer. Great way to meet.
Actually, the short message was, hello. If your nickname is a Kate Bush reference, hello. If it's not, hello.
Yeah, his name on OkCupid was Cloudbusting99, and I'm a big Kate Bush fan, and Cloudbusting is the name of one of her songs. And so I was like, what? Nobody knows Kate Bush except
And it was
me.
totally random. I
I
was
know, because he
listening to
likes
Cloud
clouds.
Busting when I
Yeah.
was making the least attractive OkCupid profile on purpose. But
Right. So, and I was trying to make an unattractive profile as well, which is the funniest part. So, so you have to put up a photo on OkCupid, at least back in the day when we met. And so I put up a photo of myself in my hat and my winter coat and my scarf and gloves. And so basically I just had like eyes and a nose. And because I was like, I don't want anybody to not that I'm in such good shape, but like, I don't want anybody to try to lust after me or be interested in my body, or I don't want anyone to be interested in me for my appearance. So I put up this picture that had like, it was like eyes and a nose because everything else was all winter gear. And so I was like, yeah, that'll do it. You know, nobody wants to hook up with that. And I was right. So that worked well.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Until I met you. So, yeah, so luckily we got to meet in person, and I was like, oh, you are made of magic. And then I visited here a few times, which obviously was a bit of a commute from San Francisco. And then finally I was like, okay, why am I just not living here? This place is beautiful. You're beautiful. You've got some fun dogs. There were only 2 dogs at the time.
Then
And yeah, so it was total universe collided, crazy story, you know, couldn't happen again type of story. So Alexa says, hello's in order and
Yes,
justified.
it was.
I'm glad for you both. Yeah, us too. I mean,
Thanks,
it's
Alexis.
extremely random. It's one of those things where you start looking at it and you go, gosh, I wouldn't have met him if that hadn't happened. And that wouldn't have happened if that hadn't happened. And that wouldn't have happened if that hadn't. It's almost like a bad movie plot where, like, you know, magically 5,000 things have to go right for this plan to work. And it's like,
Yeah,
wow, when I think about how this ended up.
Except after that, everything like.
And then everything after that
fell into
continued
place,
lining
yeah.
up. Yeah, everything after that continued. Like, I applied for an Italian work visa and I got it.
Approved.
Yeah, I got it, and I was like, what?
Can I work remote? Sure, you can.
Yeah, I
Like,
asked my job if I could work remotely. They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, bye. Like, it was just like, it was truly everything lined up for us, and in some ways continues to.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, we make our own happiness. You know, we're just low drama people. We don't have baggage and issues. We don't have a lot of struggles. Anybody I was struggling with, I threw out of my life. And we just, you know, I very deliberately tried to design a life that is low drama, low stress, and full of opportunities to help
like that.
people and be happy and make other people happy. And luckily he's the same way. And so it's just like, we travel around trying to improve people's worlds.
Yes.
It's like a TV show.
Yep.
And for people who've been asking, we have been planning a wedding for September, but we don't know if that's going to happen because of COVID, and we want people to be able to travel to it. So we don't know. We're going to try to hold our wedding, and we've told everybody, if you can get here, you can come. So whoever Avidtar says, you two are super cool. Thank you for facilitating this community and being real people. We are real people. We are. Well, you're 2,000% real. And in fact, after Christmas meal, I'm 3,000%. I definitely put on some weight from that. But no, we're just regular people, and this is what we're like in real life. Someone came to visit me a couple of years ago, and one of the first things he said was like, oh, you actually are like this. Like, he thought this was a character that I do. And I would say the only difference between this and the camera not being on is energy. Like, sometimes I'm a little low on energy before the show, and then the lights go on, and I go, yes. Maggie says, I feel like meeting y'all would be surreal. Yeah, you know, when we met Ralitsa this year, that was super surreal because she's really the first person from, like, the community that I've gotten to meet in person, and she was taller than I am, so I'm just like, oh my God, you're way up there. And that was weird. I was just
Yeah,
assumed.
but just for the first 10 minutes, then
Oh yeah,
I
then it
think
was like, hey, I know
just,
you. Yeah,
yeah.
so it was temporarily surreal, and I got to meet Sylvia Maggi, who
Mhm.
doesn't always come to the shows, but she's in the Slack channel. I had pizza lunch with her. You didn't. I'm so sorry, but
I had
very grateful to you.
cold pizza later.
He had cold pizza because he couldn't
Just
find a
give me
parking
pizza, I'll
spot.
be
So
happy.
he was like, he had to drive like a half hour to find a parking spot, and then didn't come back for lunch. So I've only gotten to meet a couple of you in real life. Oz, of course, I've met. But I know Oz before I had a YouTube channel, so Oz predates all y'all. I have met Darren in real life. I had lunch with Darren a few years ago when I was speaking at a conference in Detroit, and so I said, let's go to lunch, and we went to lunch. So I have met Darren in real life. I've definitely met Larry Marine in real life. We had lunch when I was in Colorado speaking there. I used to see a lot of people because I used to be on speaking tours. And so originally I thought, cool, I'll start a YouTube channel. I'll get to know some people like y'all. And then when I go and speak in your towns, I'll get to meet you. And then, of course, live speaking just died. So to me, it's weird that I haven't met many of you because I'm so used to, and I know Oz does a lot of traveling and speaking too. I'm so used to, I think in 2018 and 2019, my little travel app said I went to 62 cities. And you came to some of them.
Yes.
We have had the fun and the adventure. And then we've been sitting here for 2 years. Alexis says, you have your home here in Mexico. Which part of Mexico?
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be great. I have not yet spoken in Mexico, but I would definitely do it. But actually, in some of the places y'all live, I was speaking in 2018 and 2019 when I was on my big speaking tours. I did Atlanta, Chattanooga, Hartford, Connecticut, of course, San Francisco. Where else in America was
Tennessee.
That's Chattanooga.
Yeah, well, it was just for a quick Prince reference.
Prince sings about Tennessee?
Yeah, Alphabet Street. Maybe only Oz gets it, but Oz, if you do,
because only you and Oz are funky.
I don't know, but whenever you talk about, I have to sing Tennessee. Yeah, just check out Alphabet Street on whatever music service you like. Nice song by Prince.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to see everybody. But oh yeah, in Seattle, I spoke in a lot. Alexis says, I'm from Mexico City. I've lived in Guadalajara and Puebla. If you want to visit anywhere, I'll be glad to help. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, the only time I've been to Mexico was as a college student. I was at the Club Med in Zihuatanejo.
Oh.
That's it for Mexico. One time my family was going to Acapulco, but I hated my family deeply. As some of you know and some of you don't know, my nuclear family was a nuclear disaster. Hey, I just wrote that. That was pretty good.
Nuclear family?
No, that's a common word.
Oh.
Do you say that in Italian? Your nuclear family?
Like a nuclear bomb?
No, that's the joke I just wrote.
Oh.
No, we say nuclear family to imply like mom, dad, siblings.
Okay.
So yeah, my nuclear family was a nuclear disaster. Got to put that in a song or something. That was good. Let's send that to people we know who write songs. And they were like, "Hey, we're going to Acapulco," and I was like, "I'm not going with you. I can't stand y'all." This is like 1992, I think.
Sorry, Maggie.
Yeah, no, please, I want to go to Mexico, but in Hebrew you say it. Okay, so so I've seen very little Mexico because when my family went to Mexico, I was like, good God, I'll do anything to not go on vacation with these people. Wherever they're going, I'm not going. So I did not. That was the time I went to see Grandma Rose. That's how badly Grandma Rose was a terrible person, but I did that. That was pretty good, actually. So there you go. Hi, Olivia.
A puppy is waking up.
You're waking up. Look, Mommy and Daddy are over here.
You wanna come?
You're going to come say
show?
hi? You want to be on the show?
Can we make you jealous?
Oh, not
No,
working.
not.
Every time we get close, the dog runs over. But right now, she's not buying it. She doesn't like to be on camera. Alexa says, yeah, Acapulco isn't great. I recommend Guadalajara beaches. Puerto Vallarta is beautiful, and there are a lot of places to see. Food is amazing. Yes. Can you show them? Can I show who? Do you understand, Sheer?
Puppies.
The dogs? The dogs have their own
There's one.
Instagram channel, and 4 of them are outside in the pen, and 1 is here.
Yes, she's first class.
You can find them on Instagram at Canetti
Self-appointed.
Perfetti.
Shall I go get Olivia?
You can try to get Olivia. Good luck. First of all, good luck getting out of this chair. And we're backed into a tiny corner here. Okay, good luck. You can find our dogs on Instagram at Canetti Perfetti. CANETTI PERFETTI. And here comes Olivia.
She's so happy to come.
Oh no. Oh, that's a very silly way to hold her. There she is.
That's just because she
That's
wanted
very
to.
good. Hi. Hello. Oh my God.
Floating dogs in space.
Hi, Olivia. Can I give you a boop? Boop.
She didn't really want to.
She's a little sleepy,
Yeah.
but she doesn't seem to
Was
hate
going to
this.
scramble out.
Okay, she doesn't seem to hate this. That's Olivia, mother of dragons. Mother of 3 of the other dogs that we have. So, oh, now she's back. Oh, that's, no one wants to see that. That is a toy brontosaurus we got at IKEA. And we thought the dogs would like it, but so far they seem to think it's a pillow. They just lay on it. They haven't tried to bite it or whatever. All right, we stayed late. Thanks for hanging out and turning this into a between Christmas and New Year's party. We're going to be pausing the show for a week. Yeah, I guess not quite a week. Oh, and everybody, please, on New Year's Eve, join us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Towhider. Let me write it on the screen. If you think you don't know Towhider, but you do. Towhider is Mike Mills, and he did our theme song. And once again, he is going to be doing a 24-hour live stream on Twitch. Let me write this down. I'm going to be there, and I hope you will be there too. And he will not be doing our theme song, but he does lots of other covers and his own songs. Please join us, twitch.tv/Towhider. He is starting at 11:30 in the morning Italy time because he's in Melbourne, Australia. And Alexa says, I know this is lazy, but you have lots of great content. Thanks to you, I met UX Tweak. Yeah, I like them too. Can you recommend me interesting resources to start watching your playlists? Yeah, depending upon what you want to learn, I do think that it's great to start with our micro lessons. If you really want to learn new techniques, go through the micro lessons, especially research. If you want to learn design, go through the Think Out Loud playlist. I recommend that highly. And this is a secret, but not anymore. On January 1st, I'm going to be putting up a new playlist called Acture Rapid Prototyping, and it's going to have over 10 hours of Acture lessons on it completely free. So that I recorded last week. So they are brand new. I'm still editing them. If you are a paid member of the channel, and let's thank some of the paid members, including Sirocco. I saw you join. Thank you so much. Thanks to Anita, Chang, Darren, Iken, Irena, Jordan, Michelle, Nikki, Ralitza, Ray, Solomon, Farmcat, and Mix Betty for supporting the channel financially, which is optional. I think Sheer had asked, what was this? The thing, this is the tip jar. If someone does super chat or super stickers, a tip drops into the jar. So there you go. So yeah, I think for playlists, just go through the playlists. I think I have 12 or 15 playlists and they're all labeled what they are, so that should make sense. But most people love the micro lessons and the new Think Out Loud since they're about teaching, research, and design. I thought it's a bin. I know, it's like a shot glass, and the idea is it's like a tip jar. So if people, some shows that we do, people give tips, and a big thing explodes on the screen, and then the tip drops into the jar. So if you're watching back on old videos, you might see the screen go crazy and something drops into the tip jar. Happy holidays, Elijah. Happy New Year. See everybody on Monday, January 3rd. I'll be back then doing the next Think Out Loud episode. And again, watch the channel on January 1st for all of the actual lessons to go live. I hope I have them done in the next few days. Thanks to Piermario for joining for the comedy show.
Thank you for having
and
me.
thank you for coming. Maybe we'll have you back for 5,000 subscribers.
Maybe.
We're at about 3,200 right now, and it is always sad to me that UX charlatans have thousands and thousands of subscribers. So please spread the word to people who care about CX and UX, managers, leaders, product managers, engineers, UX, CX people, newbies. Please tell everybody. Alexa says, thanks for the tips. It's been great. Happy holidays. Yep. Happy holiday season to everybody. Stay safe. Double mask, triple mask. I know, quadruple mask and a scarf. And we will see everybody Monday the 3rd. I think Charlene had asked for like a New Year's party on Slack, but I didn't know what that looked like. So Charlene, what does that look like? Otherwise,
write messages on Slack.
Yes, we'll
Somebody
all
will
be on
reply.
Slack. Otherwise, I will be hanging out all through New Year's on the Toe Hider Twitch, and you want to be there too. He's the guy who does our theme song. He is one of the most amazing musicians on the planet, and you definitely want to be there.
He's good.
Yeah, he's amazing. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for your questions, and we'll see you very soon. Stay safe. Happy New Year. Customer centricity as business intelligence. Visit deltacx.com to learn why we are